Is the iPhone 17 better than the Google Pixel 10? No, not really. I don't think so. Now, of course, the iPhone Apple event yesterday was exciting. I made a video yesterday saying that the iPhone 17 is not a ripoff. And that's the first time I'd been able to say that in several years, because the last 2 years it was the iPhone 16 is a ripoff, the iPhone 15 is a ripoff. So the iPhone 17 honestly looks like the best regular iPhone Apple has made in years, with some significant advancements. Finally adding 120 hertz, which I made a comment on Twitter yesterday, or sorry, X, the platform formerly known as Twitter, saying, well, game over, boys. It's got 120 hertz. We can't complain about the iPhone anymore. And I mean, the iPhone has been behind for a long time. And there are quite a few substantial upgrades that it has. It has the new ProMotion display for the regular iPhone 17. I think that's a big win for customers. And this is not like an Apple hate video. This is, I mean, I'm going to talk about both platforms. So, ProMotion display, that's good. 3000 nits brightness, that's good. That's basically what you get over here with the Pixel 10. It also has 120 hertz refresh rate, AMOLED display. So, I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on there that's very similar now in display technology, because last year it was like 2000 nits brightness, 2200. Like, it really wasn't that great. So, improvements in brightness, improvements in screen refresh rate, new selfie camera. Now, the Pixel 10 has the same old selfie, which is very good. I mean, I think the selfie camera in the Pixel 10 is better than the one in the iPhone 16, even though it's a little bit older now. But there's the new 18 megapixel sensor, the front stage camera, all that stuff. So the new iPhone 17 will be able to take landscape or portrait shots from this orientation, because the camera sensor behind the lens is square now. I guess that's all it took. But anyway, I'm actually really happy about that. I can't wait to test that out. It does have, I believe it's Ceramic Shield 2. And then in addition to that, it's still got Qi charging. That's great. It's got the new 48 megapixel ultra wide on the back, so it has dual 48 megapixel cameras. I think we still got them beat in the camera department back here. I'll take a I'll take a 48 megapixel from Pixel any day over an iPhone 48 megapixel. But then we also have the telephoto with the Pixel 10. That was a big change this year. And then also you have the always on display, which, I mean, we have always on display anyway with Android. That's perfectly fine, but that is something that's going to be interesting for people who have the normal iPhone. And then it's got the A19 processor, which a lot of people are going to say the A19 processor is a lot better than the Tensor 5. However, I think they both have different mission statements from the brands, right? I mean, the iPhone, it's something that they always emphasize on gaming. Of course, they emphasize it on AI and stuff like that. I think that Google definitely still has a lot more in the barrel on AI than Apple does. And I don't even think they talked about Siri 2.0 yesterday. Remember when they talked about contextually aware Siri with the iPhone 16 last year, and Apple Intelligence was the main reason for upgrading? And then fast forward, the iPhone 17's here. We still don't have contextually aware Siri. We don't have Siri 2.0, and I don't even think they talked about it yesterday. So it's one of those things where I think Apple, I believe there was something recently even where they were talking about getting a contract with Google to get Gemini put on their phone. So I think Apple's really in a bad spot when it comes to AI. If you want an AI smartphone, I think that the Pixel is still where it's at. And there's other things, like there's better battery life in the iPhone. And I'm trying to remember what else there was. There was like a lot of different things. The colors look pretty nice. The price is still $799. Baseline storage $256. That is huge. Like, there's a lot of things. If you're an iPhone customer, you're going to be super excited about the iPhone 17. I think it's the most consequential iPhone probably since the iPhone 11. I mean, on normal iPhone level stuff, maybe the 13, but definitely the 11. So, yeah, is it better than the iPhone? I don't think so. I mean, is it better than the iPhone? Is it better than the Pixel? So the Pixel 10, like, look, Pixel's not selling 100 million phones in the US every year, 80 million or whatever, 90, whatever in the world it is. It's a lot of stinking phones. Google has had a larger market share increase over the last year, especially more than Apple. And they've had some advancements in key markets, particularly in Japan and the US, are making some market share improvements. But I think they're still two different machines. When you take a look at the Pixel, it's like, okay, do you want AI? Do you want Google? Do you want Google Photography? Do you want Android? Do you want all the different flavor of Android that comes along with it? Do you want to use other things like other Android products or other peripherals or watches, earbuds? Or do you want to be locked in with the iPhone? And that's not a bad thing. I mean, I have an iPhone. I carry one around, And yeah, I'm probably one of the biggest Pixel channels on YouTube. I love Pixel phones. I do not love iPhones, but I carry one because more than anything, I'm a tech enthusiast. So I like to see what's on both sides of the street. I mean, it's better than back in the day when I used to carry a BlackBerry, an Android, and a and an iPhone. That was painful. But lately, instead, I've been carrying a foldable. So, like right now, I have a SIM card in the Pixel 10 Pro XL. I have one in the iPhone 16 Pro Max, and I have one in the Z Fold 7. And I love foldable phones. I love Android. I love all the flavors of Android. And there's just still special stuff that you can get there you can't get with Apple without a question. But when it comes to the Pixel, you get the AI stuff. You get a triple camera setup, so you get all three, not just two. I still think you get a little faster charging. You get Qi wireless charging. You have a screen that's going to be equally bright, equally as beautiful, equally as smooth with 120 hertz. You've got basically a 5,000 milliamp battery, which is pretty decent. You get the Tensor 5, and you're going to be able to play flagship level games. Is it going to do it as well as the Apple chip? Probably not, because it's built different and it has a different purpose. And it doesn't have like the Titan security chip. It doesn't have the Tensor chip that's inside of it. It doesn't have the TPU that's wildly more powerful than last year's Tensor processing unit. It can handle way more AI processing tasks. It can do a lot more AI on the phone. So it just kind of depends on what you want still at the end of the day. But I don't think that if you get an iPhone 17 or you get a Pixel 10, that you're really going to be missing out on anything. You're going to have everything that you need at your disposal. You're going to have a flagship level phone that takes excellent photos, it takes good selfies. The iPhone is still, I think, going to beat it in the video department. That's just because Apple still wins there. It's very good. It has gotten better with the Pixel over the last couple of years, but I think it's still better with Apple. And then I think the Apple ecosphere is still better. I mean, the iPad, the Google Pixel tablet was mostly a failure. So you still have the iPads, the iPad Air, iPad Pros. You still have the Apple Watches. We just came out with the new Apple Watch Series 11 that just now finally got 24-hour battery life. So, but I think the Pixel Watch 4, from what I've seen, is more impressive to me than the new Apple Watch 11 from what I've seen. So I'm more excited about that. I don't even really plan on updating to the Apple Watch Series 3. I've been using the Apple Watch Series 1 for 3 years now, and it still doesn't feel like there's been a lot more progress from the Pixel Watch 1 to the 4 than there has been in the Apple Watch Ultra Series 1 to Series 3. And then earbuds, you got the Pixel Buds Pro 2. Those are very good. They already do language translation and things like that. So like Apple is catching up in a lot of ways. Like I really looked at this event. I'm like, okay, cool. They're really seen a lot of stuff that Samsung has done, seen a lot of stuff that Google has done, and it really feels like they finally brought their phones up on a par. And that whole 256 thing is really nice. Like it really irks me. I mean, I get it. Like 128 and a normal Pixel 10 is like, I think this is the last year it can be okay. And the Pro absolutely is not okay. But 256 for the iPhone 17, people are going to buy these things like hotcakes. Plus, they have such good deals with the carriers. It's insane. You can trade in, I think, up an iPhone 13 Pro at, I think, any of the major carriers in the US. And I think they're giving like 1099 trade-in credit. Basically, you can trade in an iPhone 13 Pro and walk out with like an iPhone 17 Pro basically for free with bill credits, which is insane. And I'll probably be doing that for one of my kids. But yeah, it's so hard to compete with them. They're so big. They have such a handle on the carriers. And then, I mean, people's phones. I mean, a few million Google phones get sold in the US a year versus like 85 million iPhones get sold. So it's not really one of those things where it's like equal footing on from marketing when you take a look at the race. But it's been very encouraging. The Pixel phones have been very good. I think there's been some good thoughtful updates with the Pixel 10. I think last year the Pixel 9 was really kind of like their moment, whereas this is iPhone 17's moment this year. I think people are probably going to be more impressed there. But if you're a Pixel fan and you haven't got one in a couple years, the Pixel 10 is a phenomenal phone. I like it a lot. I love the Pro Series phones that they've got there too. So you really can't go wrong with either one at this point. But I was particularly impressed with the Apple event yesterday, and I thought they did a lot of stuff that I've been complaining about for years. They've really, really brought it up to speed for most folks. So I think they're still kind of lost when it comes to AI, and they're trying to find their way by trying to make partnerships like with Google. So Google, I think, still, especially with Android, is far ahead in the AI department, and they're doing a lot of other great things. Of course, Google always has the best photography with the Pixel phones, is so good. And then, yep, they're the authors of Android, quarterly feature drops, monthly security patches, 7 years of support. You can't go wrong with Apple or Google in that department. So that's all I got. I don't think the iPhone 17 necessarily beats the Pixel. It's just a matter of what you want because they're completely different. It's like saying, okay, do you want a motorcycle or do you want a sports car, right? They're two different modes of transportation. The iPhone and the Pixel, yeah, they're the same mode of transportation, but they work differently. So, like your expectations, the ecosphere, what you want, and what you prioritize are still going to be different. You can be happy with either one. They're both fantastic, and I think it's a win either way. But I was very impressed with what Apple did with this update, especially with the iPhone 17, especially more than the Pros. I think it's going to be the phone definitely to beat this year, but we'll see. So that's all I got. If you have any questions, comments, gripes, concerns, complaints, of course, go to the comment section. I'll do my best to get back with you. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully from home soon. I've got one more day left in this Germany trip and then a long flight home, but I'll finally be home Friday evening. So Saturday, Sunday, all that stuff, we'll get back to work in the Tech Odyssey studio. So thanks for your patience as I've been relocating. I've been traveling for 22 days of the last 28 days. I've been home basically for like 5 days in the last 3 weeks. So maybe six. It's been a lot. A lot of these things going on. The Google content capture. I was in Vegas for a few days. I was in London for the honor event. Come home for like 2.5 days. Then come to Berlin and Germany for IFA all week, and then a couple days to relax here down in outside Frankfurt with my wife. Fly back home. So it's been a lot, but I've been trying to provide as best coverage as I can while I'm gone. Thanks for your support. Thank you always for watching the videos. You guys have made this happen more than I could have ever dreamed of. So thanks a lot. More to come. And I'll see you guys next time.